Live from New York City, it's the Wendy Williams Show.
How you doing? The kids have come to play today. You won't believe what I'm about to tell you. With all due respect, have several seats. My girls are always turned out. I give it to you straight, no chaser.
Now, here's Wendy.
For one. Thank you for watching our show. Say hello to my people. They're gorgeous. I love you more. My studio audience. How you doing? Great! Let's get started. It's time for... Hi. Okay. First of all, Suzanne.
Yes.
We just had a meal together.
Yes.
And I was talking to you about how lovely your tan is.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden she buttons one button and I'm just like, no, Suzanne, go. No, keep it undone. Like,
I mean, that stuff's hot.
yes, you look great. But Suzanne, here's what we talked about. You came in, your entire shirt was tucked in, and I
Yeah.
said how I love it. Me and
Yes.
Emily, everybody was talking about it.
Yes, I stopped wearing a belt recently.
But then you untucked, like the back is untucked.
well, no, I do tucked in the front, out in the back.
Well, yeah.
But, you know, business in the front, party in the back.
Okay, so brace yourselves for what I'm about to tell you. Okay, so you know this thing with Iggy Azalea and her NBA former fiance, Nick Young. I'm already getting the stink face from it. I know, I get it. But we never really knew why they split up other than, you know, she was upset because he was allegedly unfaithful to her. Well, there's more to the story. Okay. According to our friends at In Touch magazine, Nick reportedly cheated on Iggy with his baby's mother, Kiana Green. Oh, no. Honey, it gets worse. Because Kiana is allegedly 4 months pregnant with Nick's baby. In which case, I'm Team Azalea. Like, really? What? So allegedly, this is why they're not together. Iggy is only 21 years old. I thought she was too young to be getting engaged anyway. 26, still too young.
Yep.
Like I've said this before, if you're new to the show, hi, my name is Wendy, I'm from Jersey, hi. And these are my co-hosts. But there are a few things that I've said to you in the past, you know, several seasons of our show, and one thing I'm consistent about is that marriage was made for girls who we weren't allowed to vote. We weren't allowed to do anything but sit at home on our knees and scrub a floor. But now we're bossing up the situation. Like, women are out earning men at, well, not as fast as I would like, but at a faster pace. We're graduating from college more than men. And the only thing we have working against us with regards to a relationship is the biological clock. But for me, I say this and I'm consistent. The 20s are meant for zipping and zooing. And you know? So she was too young to be engaged. And I guess maybe, you know, getting with Nick, maybe she felt she was edgier with the black people in this country who don't like that this girl is doing it, not me. I'm fine with her. I've told you this. I like the music, I think she's pretty. But, you know, maybe getting with, you know, this guy, Nick. And then also, Nick, I don't follow sports unless they meet at the intersection of. Right, so I didn't know who Nick Young was. So now I know who Nick is because he's with Iggy, and you know who Iggy is maybe because she's with Nick, and we know who they are, and they have he has a son with Kiana. His name is Nick Jr., like the channel. It gets even deeper, you all. High school sweethearts. So there's no way that, you know, Iggy should stick around to figure that out. Not at 26 years old. You are too beautiful. There are many more men out there who would love to date you. Life is too complicated. Nick, you know what? I don't even blame you for getting back together with Kiana on the low key. I'm gonna tell you why. I don't know this experience, but in my mind, because I have a vivid imagination. So the little boy is like 3 or 5 years old. He's 4 years old, okay. So you know, so the boy is at Kiana's house, but Nick comes over to pick him up for a play date. And after the play date, you know, then, you know, Nick brings him back home and he's tired, just like this. You know how the kids are tired and all, ooh. And then you put him down on the floor in the family room and, you know, Iggy's on one couch, or excuse me, Kiana's on one couch and Nick is on the other couch. And they're looking at their boy. And then they look at each other. This is, to me, real human emotion. This is real. Like, we built this. And you know what? No matter what we went through, you're not actually that, you wanna stay over? You didn't bring condoms, it's okay. In my head. We've been here before, we know what this is. And all of a sudden, oops, she's pregnant. So for Iggy, I'm glad that she left. I think that more women need to understand that when a baby gets involved, a lot of times it's not worth sticking around with the man who had the baby. A lot of women think that they're like, you know, super women and can somehow, you know, hypnotize him into staying. It doesn't work with kids. That boy is playing on the floor, they're looking at each other, and you're outside knocking at the door. It doesn't work. So Iggy, in conclusion, good for you. Nick, I hope you're happy. And what's her name? You know, we're vegetarian. I was about to call her quinoa. Kiana, you know what? And good for you. And if you can make family work with this second child and with Nick, fine. But Iggy, good for you for dipping. I hope you gave back the engagement ring, though, because I don't believe in keeping engagement rings. I feel like the best way you tell a man is you give him back, take this, go. So, there's drama between two friends in Hollywood, and we know both of them. One's name is Drew Barrymore, who is going through a divorce. But she's always been one of our favorites, right? Since E.T. and stuff. Like, I like her. I like her a lot. Like, she's got a kooky personality, and every once in a while, she'll pick a flower from the garden and put it in her hair. You know what I mean? Anyway, so apparently, she's been friends with Jessica Alba since they did a movie back in the day. All right. Jessica Alba, you know, is worth like $1.5 billion. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Has nothing to do with the movies. It has everything to do with her honest company. A lot of you all use those Honest products. I know my Suzanne, you used all the Honest stuff for your second or your first?
Mainly
Both?
for my second.
Second.
But right now we have the Honest bubble bath in our bathroom. And
Perfect.
we enjoy that.
Anyway, so Jessica has her $1.5 billion and she's doing great with her .com thing, kind of like Gwyneth Paltrow, except not so mean. So Drew now wants to expand her thing to include beauty and baby products. So now, Drew, you know she's got Olive and
Frankie.
Pickle. Oh,
Frankie.
and Frankie. Condiment names. Olive and Frankie. But Drew is, you know, she's in the process of getting her divorce, but she's a mom. We've seen her grow up. And, you know, maybe she's got something nice to say regarding, you know, biodegradable diapers and, you know, bubble bath and things like that. So Drew rings up her friend Jessica. Ring. Girl. I don't know that that's how they talk, but girl, I need some advice. I'm about to get my .com started, and I want to know what your recommendations are. Like, you know, how did you get so successful? Well, Jessica goes, click. The shade of it all, okay? Jessica reportedly flat out refuses to help Drew. Now, you know, no matter how close a person is to you, you don't help them all the way. I mean, unless it's like your kid or your husband, you know, or your sister or something like that. But a friend, you know, you give a few breadcrumbs. Yeah, that's, you know, you drop breadcrumbs that lead to paradise. Yeah. But Jessica should have said something more than click. Like, Jessica, not for nothing, this makes you look really insecure and really mean. Like, you've got a $1.5 billion company based on this, and you could have given a few pieces of advice to Drew, even though Drew Barrymore has the cachet to also, within a year, be worth $1.5 billion, because we like Drew, right? Like, and you don't give away all your trade secrets. Like, that's like if you wanted a talk show. You know, I'll give you a few breadcrumbs, but I'm not giving you the mojo. And it's not about being insecure. It's about, look, I worked very hard for this. Nobody gave it to me. Nobody, like, I come from working class people in Jersey. Nobody gave me breadcrumbs. As a matter of fact, I will never tell you where the shade came from, but it's come from, like, pew, 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 pew. I'm dodging shade all day. You know, when I was starting out with this talk show, we had to figure it out ourselves. You know, me and my team, my husband, our son, you know, we had to figure it out ourselves. So I don't take too kindly to people asking me for advice about stuff, because I'm like, I had nobody to ask, and I'm not passing on the mojo because I'm not dead and I'm not ready to retire. But I wouldn't just hang up the phone on somebody. You know, you say a few things like, you need yourself, you know, a good lawyer, you know, hire a publicist, you know, here's the price range you should be paying for your first season of your show, you know, for a publicist. And these are the things that you need to know. Just a little but I'm not giving the entire situation. Jessica, you should have at least talked, because now what has happened is now, I guess you and Drew aren't friends. I don't know, I wouldn't be friends with you after this, Jess. Only cause, you know, I'm not helping. You know, in the meantime, Drew, you are a Barrymore girl. Your family is so legendary. You can pick up the phone and call anybody. You didn't even have to call Jessica to find out, you know, how to get plugged in to the best way to manufacture diapers and bottles and iced tea and bubble bath and shampoo and stuff like that. So I get it, Jessica, it's time to do a little sharing without sharing everything. If you know what I'm saying. And I think you do. In our morning meeting, the biggest fight was against me. Yeah, well. We don't talk about Lisa Marie Presley, but let's talk about her. So Lisa Marie, you know, is the sole heir, the only child of the legendary Elvis. And this is her soon-to-be ex-husband. They've just filed for divorce. This is her fourth husband. His name is Michael Lockwood. They were married for 10 years, and she's demanding full custody of their 7-year-old twin daughters. Which, oh my gosh, why full custody, you know? I suspect that, you know, when the wound is fresh, you're most angry, and then you go back and you say, okay, we can have joint custody. In the meantime, and she only wants him to get monitored visitation. In other words, he can't be with his own twins. There's another party that has to be in the room. Is there a tick boom? Like, what's going on? Who gets custody of that hat and hair, honey? What is going on? Okay, so this is her fourth marriage and she's only 48 years old. All right, so what does that say about a person if they've been married 4 times and they're only 48? Damaged? But guess what? If you were the sole heir of the king, or say, you know, James Brown, or, you know, some giant celebrity, and you're the only heir, and people are judging you based on that, and you look just like him. Okay, here's where the fight goes and why people started throwing chairs. I'm like, I've always thought she's so beautiful. Like, thank you, Suzanne.
She's gorgeous.
Okay.
Stunning.
That's not what the Bureau says.
Really?
Oh, what?
Oh, they are so wrong.
Yes. I think her eyes are haunting and beautiful. And I don't mind, like, she doesn't smile a lot, but if you were the daughter of the king and you have to reign over the whole estate along with your mom, wouldn't you not, like, you'd have bitchy resting face syndrome too. Because you never know what people are thinking or what they want to do to you. I think that Lisa is very pretty. And you know, she was married, her first marriage produced that beautiful daughter, Riley. And she was married to Keo. Nobody smiles in the family. It's okay, it's okay. Riley is a model. As you can see, she's like 7 feet tall. And then her second marriage was to Michael Jackson, which I could never figure out. They look scared. Look, she looks like she wants to escape right after the award show. And Michael is definitely not gripping her the way, you know, anyway. And then I forgot about this. Do you know who her third husband was? Are you ready? Yes. Nicolas Cage. No. Yes. Still not smiling. Everybody's pissed. But they were married. And so this dude now, that's her fourth, 10 years, that's a good stretch. Even in regular life, like on Main Street, that's a good stretch of marriage. So anyway, so the girls, they're twins, and I have no idea whether she'll lift up off that, you know, supervised visits. It's kind of disrespectful, and you know what? And at 7 years old, if you have children, then you know they're very observant and very nosy, and they say just any damn thing. Lisa Marie, I'm gonna tell you, when you have the supervisor come in for the visits with their dad, the girls will notice that and wonder, why is there always, you know, somebody else? Who is the stranger in the corner? And why can't we just be with dad? And then you know what, Lisa Marie, unfortunately, it's gonna turn on you and you're gonna look like the bad mom who doesn't trust the dad. And I don't know what the dad does. The Bureau is gonna continue to investigate in terms of why it is that it's only supervised. But, you know, I wish you well. A woman at 48 who's been married 4 times, your next date is gonna be something else, girl. Cause guys might hook up with you for a night and take you for a dinner. But that's like, I don't like the word damaged goods, but you know, it's like there's something wrong with any of us. 4 times at 48 years old? Yeah. Now, if you're 80 years old, you've been married 4 times, all of a sudden, it becomes another thing. Yeah. But at 48, 48's a little young to be running through men like that. Let's talk about T.I. Yeah, you love him, but when you see him, don't act a fool. Okay, he had a really scary close encounter with a female fan, and I just, you know, this woman, he's at a meet and greet, and she's touching his face and trying to kiss him, and he's pulling back, and then he posted, I don't know what made Shorty. Okay, like I'll be 52 in a few weeks, but look, but every once in a while, Kevin will call me Shorty, or I'll hear him on the phone. He's like, well, I'm coming through with my Shorty, and I get moist, like, Shorty. You know what I mean? It's like it makes a middle-aged broad feel good. I'm still a shorty. Okay? Anyway, he goes, I don't know what made Shorty think that she was gonna get some sugar. Not my lips, ma'am. Okay, here's my thing with today's society, and I know your celebrities are so accessible to you. You can Instagram them. You see them in the street. Like there's so much going on. You know, you're only 1 beat away from meeting your favorite celeb. But when you do, like, you're touching face and trying to, like, who are you? Like, how were you raised? Like, you know, there needs to be more love in the original house so that when you get out in the street and you see your favorite celeb, you're not asking for hugs and kisses and all that. It's just really weird and very needy to me, and I feel sorry not for the celebrities, I feel sorry for you who are so invested in your celebs. Like, you can love somebody or like somebody, but don't do the most. Like touching a face and trying to, the man is married with, like, really, girl, really? Yeah. All right, so we've got more great show for you. Up next, our Hot Talk panel is gonna break down the biggest stories of the week, including Kanye West's controversial Fame video. So make sure that you grab your snack and come on back.